I am sure, when I say I'm sure, I mean sure, that you enjoyed last night's gala. I could hear the music right up to the early hours of the morning and said the delegates may be slightly tired, not quite tired, slightly tired in the morning, and I see the effect of that. All the same, we've got to start this session. I believe some delegates will join us later. Professor Mantwa Mutinyane, to come to the podium, please, and give us a message of support. After him, Professor Lolima Kubu will introduce the keynote speaker. After the keynote speaker has been introduced, then I will announce logistics and changes to the program. Prof. Mutinyane, please come to the podium.
Dumelang. Good morning. Lekai. Ice corner. I'm actually very sad that the room is so empty because the people that I wanted to address are not here. I guess we do have to thank our sponsors. We do need to recognize our hosts and our keynote speakers. But because the message is not to them, I'm not going to mention their names or enumerate them one by one. When I started attending ALASA, I think I wasn't even 30 yet. I used to carry my professor's leather bag. You know those leather ones that you'd think there's a laptop in there, it's a lunch box, yes. It's a lunch box, an old book that has already bent around the corners. And for carrying that suitcase, the incentive was that I'll get a flight ticket, I'll get accommodation paid, I'll get registration paid to attend the conference. And since then, even when I left to go and study abroad, there were people who kept contact with me to make sure that when I come back, I still feel at home at ALASA. And the reason why I'm saying the people I wanted to talk to are not here is because I believe in leading by example. Somebody took care of me when I was little and groomed me to be who I am today. And I want to appeal to those people who have funds. Honestly, if you are a full professor, what are you doing with being first author on your students' paper? You know, let them take the honor. Even if you wrote the whole paper, let them put their name first. And you sit there, when they do the presentation, you sit at the back and support them. I remember back then, there were those people who would come to a conference, they are not even presenting a paper. They are just looking for people that they can attack. Boy, did I have a ruthless professor. He would just look and do this. You ask a question. If you ask me a question that he didn't like, he would do this. I'm sure some of you know him, Professor Sakyo. Yes. So the way that he protected me and his other students, I'm hoping that all of us here who are in the best positions will do that to our students. I have an example of doing that. A few years ago, we decided, while I was still at University of Cape Town, we decided that we would like to see more younger members of ALASA. So I remember one year we drove to Mthatha, Usu, to attend ALASA there. And we drove, and at the time that we drove, I had just had major surgery. It was 2 weeks after having surgery. And we drove with, I think we had about 6 or 8 students who attended ALASA. Some of those students have moved on and graduated, but they haven't forgotten the experience of attending a conference for the first time. The kind of boost that you give a student by giving them an opportunity to attend, it's a kind of support that they cannot find anywhere else. So today, rather than giving thanks and appealing to people who have 150 presentations, I am saying to the young ones, yes, you may have fun. I'm sure some of you saw us there yesterday. We left at 3 in the morning, but we are here. So we respect our delegates. We respect our keynoters. Yes, we entertain them. We want them to have fun. We also want to have fun, but we respect time. So that's why I was saying I'm very sad to see that the room is empty and we have a keynote who's about to present to empty chairs. So I'm hoping if you have your friends somewhere, send them messages and say, our keynote made an effort to be here and address us today, so please start making your way to the venue. Finally, something that a colleague of mine wanted to say yesterday, but there was not enough time. Dr. Posa published 4 chapters, 5, with her students. So now you can imagine someone who has just finished a master's and now can hold a book and say, I have a chapter in this book. That's the kind of support that's a message of support that I would like us to take away from here. Please groom them. You can see now when we get off, we used to wear high heels. Look at us now. We used to do get down. We don't do get down anymore because we can't get up. So we need them. We need people to hold our laptops. We need people to move the mouse. Who knows, next time there won't be a mouse, there'll be something else. So they will be there to do it for us. Without wasting any much time, I can see the room is filling, so please do send those messages and tell people to come in. We wouldn't want to broadcast with so many empty seats in here. Ntate Motsamaisi wa mosebetsi, ke a leboha haholo. Thank you very much, colleagues.
Sanbon, dumelang, abshen, moloen, habari asubur. Ngicela ukumalapho ndi macheloni. More. Away. No, I didn't say ahe. I'm greeting the PanSALB CEO in absentia. That is our style. He says away may ma second. So that is the away. All protocols observed, colleagues. Mine is a simple one. It's just to introduce our keynote speaker. But before I do that, Prof Mutinyane, ngicela ukuthi uyikhulumele wedwa. Yeah, uthi we don't wear high heels. I speak for yourself, sis. I know ngiyadlala mngani wami. Yeah, no, I had to cheer you up. Professor Shani Omari Mchepange, not champagne, please. Ngiyazi izolo beziwa, but Mchepange. Is from the University of Dar es Salaam. She is the Associate Professor of Kiswahili Literature. She holds a Bachelor of Arts in Education obtained in 1999, an MA in Linguistics that she obtained in 2002, a PhD in Literature that he obtained in 2009, all of these from the University of Dar es Salaam in Tanzania. She works at the University of Dar es Salaam and has served in different administrative positions, including Director of Institute of Kiswahili Studies from December 2021 to date. That's where she currently is. She worked as the head of the Department of Literature, Communication, and Publishing from July 2012 up until March 2013. And then again, December 2021 to December 2021. December 20 to 2021. And also, she also worked as the departmental coordinator, postgraduate of Kiswahili program from 2016 to 2019. And from 2009 to 2012, she also became the coordinator for the Center of Terminologies, Translation, Interpretation, and Language Technology from 2015 to 2019. As the chief editor in Gio Chaluka Journal of the Institute of Kiswahili Studies from 2014 to 2021, and chief editor of Mulika Journal of the Institute of Kiswahili Studies from 2011 to 2013. Her academic interests include, but not limited to, traditional and popular culture, oral and written Kiswahili African literature, language and gender, and teaching Kiswahili as a foreign language or second language. She has published extensively on these areas. Prof. Mchepange has served as a judge in several academic research literature competitions, such as Mwalimu Nyerere's National Award for Creative Writing, University of Dar es Salaam Research Week, Mubadi Safal Kanel Kiswahili Prize for African Literature, Ibrahim Hussein's Poetry Prize, and Cornell Kiswahili Prize for African Literature. And Reddit. So there are Reddit, you can read on the footnotes there what's the acronym standing for. I'm not going to read the acronyms. Epic competition in Zanzibar. She is also a member of various academic associations, including but not limited to Chaukudi, Global Academic Associations, including, Association for the Promotion of Kiswahili, that is Chakama, another acronym, you can read it below there, that is in East African University Swahili Teachers Association, and Chalu Fakita, and the Association for Kiswahili Language Literature in Tanzania, and African Humanities Association, that is AHA. She has received a number of academic awards, including American Council of Land Society, Postdoctoral Fellowship 2010 up until 2011, Cadbury Fellowship at the University of Birmingham, that is in the United Kingdom, from March to May 2010, and Cowell Fellowship at the University of California in Berkeley, USA, from August 2005, July 2006. Manena Manenekazi, please join me in welcoming her on the stage. Professor Mchepane, the floor is yours.
Good morning. It's a great honor and privilege for me today, actually since the day before yesterday when we started this conference, to be part of this conference, very useful conference for me, and it's my first time actually to attend this conference. Yeah. So I hope next year I'll be in Limpopo. As a member of ALASA, if he's invited to be a member of ALASA from East Africa countries, I don't know that. So I'm so grateful for this opportunity to be among the keynote speakers of this conference. Actually, I'm very excited. My sincere gratitude goes to the University of KwaZulu-Natal for this invitation, particularly DVC academic, Professor Mkizi, and Dean Faculty of Humanities, Professor Nobuhe, and Dr. Drabini. And when we met in Tanzania last year, I didn't know that one day I'll be in Durban. So they came for Kiswahili, I'm here for ALASA. So it's kind of exchange, you know? Yeah, which is very interesting actually for we scholars. So thank you so much for ALASA for having me here. And I thank you all today for being here. Actually, even if you are late, as the professor was saying here, you were enjoying yesterday, but I left early to make sure that I make my presentation, you know. But I thank you so much for coming this morning. I think the others will join us as we progress. So thank you so much. Oh, it's moving, yeah. So I'm going to talk about African languages and literature in the digital age. I'm going to particularly focus on roles and development. It's a kind of broad topic, but I'll try to focus a few examples for illustration. So Africa is a very rich continent. It has over 2,000 languages out of almost 7,000 languages in the world, which is almost 1/3 of world's languages in world's languages. So Africa, we're having a big number of languages within these 54 countries. You can imagine the number of the languages. And when we talk about digital age, in the present time, which is characterized by the widespread use of digital devices and the integration of digital technologies into various aspects of our life. According to the Statista.com, worldwide digital population as of April 2024, there are about 5.44 billion internet users worldwide, which amounted to 67.1% of the global population. And the global population is 80.1 billion. So of this total, 5.07 billion, 62.6% of world's population are social media users. So you can see how in this digital era, the number of people who are very active in using these digital technologies, platforms, the number actually is increasing daily. And it's very important in this conference, actually, we talk about that theme, which is very relevant for our conference. So the objective or the aim of my paper is to examine the role played by African languages and the development experienced by African languages and literature in this digital age. And later on, I'll give my recommendation to improve the situation. Let me begin by talking about an overview of the status, different status of African languages. And as we know, some African languages are official languages. As you can see in South Africa, we have a good number of them, as well as in Zimbabwe. The number is big. More than 10 languages are used as official languages. And some of these African languages are used as national languages. For example, Kiswahili is a national language in Tanzania and Kenya. And some of these languages are used as a medium of instruction in an education system. For example, Kiswahili is used as a medium of instruction in primary schools in Tanzania. I know examples are many, but I'm trying to use some. And in terms of the speakers, some of the languages have a big number of speakers, have the smaller one. So Kiswahili, there are different data, and some say it's about 2 million speakers, and some sources, they say it's about 100 speakers, so it depends. But the number is big. And this is also for other languages such as ALASA in Nigeria or West Africa is one of the widely spoken languages. And these African languages, some of them are taught in various universities worldwide. And you'll see examples. These are just examples. For example, Swahili started to be taught in Germany, one of the German universities, in 1887. And when you visit the website, you can find that some of the languages have some publications, enough publications, but some of them they do not have. So they differ in terms of status, in terms of publications. And also, some of Africans cannot converse in these African languages. And there might be some of us here, and one of them is me. I speak only Swahili, is an African language, but my mother tongue, I'm from the southern part of Tanzania, but my mother language I cannot speak. It's a shame, actually. I was born in that part, but I grew up in Dar es Salaam with a family which couldn't speak that mother tongue. So until now, I cannot speak it. Actually, yesterday when our keynote speaker saying we should have these courses at universities, I would be the first one to enroll to take those courses. So it's a very bad, actually, very unfortunate. But I'm alive, maybe I will have some time to learn that. And the data in African languages in most websites is very minimal as you compare to other international languages, the Western one. And these African languages, a few of them, like Kiswahili, as regional and international recognition, For example, Kiswahili has been adopted as one of the official working languages in SADC and African Union, and also it has been recognized by the UNESCO in 2021, and in United Nations General Assembly, it was just last week, that every 7th of July, we are going to celebrate Swahili International Day. So these African languages actually have different status. So that is briefly about African languages. And let me move to our former colonial languages. As we know, since independence, most of our nations relied very heavily on the former languages. These languages have been used in the education system as medium of instruction, has been used as official languages for formal communication in government, administration, judicial system, and in many other settings. So they've assumed the role of lingua franca for official use, contact and exchange across the continent and the world. So they are considered as a language of international communication. And some of them, they are used as markers of elite status. So if you speak them, you are considered as you are an educated one. And that is the reality. And there are elite groups that adopted these foreign languages as their home languages. You can find some families actually, they don't speak these African languages. It happens in most of our homes. So these former colonial languages are language of employment. That's how we believe. So having that short introduction about the status of our languages, now let me move to the main part of my presentation. That is the role and development of African languages. These African languages actually are very useful, and they can be used in different areas. If we trust in them, if we value them, they can be used in different, for different purposes. One is for branding and promoting our African products. Yeah, as I said, some of these languages are not spoken by many, some are widely spoken, but we can still use our African language to promote our products, to brand our product. And this can be used in the manuals or labels of our product, especially for the product that we export abroad. That actually has to be accompanied by translations for people to know what is written about. So we can do that in the product that we export, like agricultural product, clothing, minerals. So we put these small words, a few words, and then with translation. So our African languages can play that part to promote our products. And they can be used for tourist products as well, to advertise our different tourist destinations, activities, events, and many more. Our languages can do that very perfectly. But as I said, as we begin, we have to use translation. We have to provide translation for that. For example, if I say Karibu Zanzibar, then it can be said, welcome to Zanzibar, so people can understand. And also we can use in language tourism. Language themselves, they can motivate, they can attract people to learn these languages, people from outside the continent and within the continent. So let's design different programs that are very attractive for people to learn our languages. So this information should be accessible on media platform, online. So let's trust our languages and value the languages. Another thing or role is creating jobs and opportunities. In this digital era, our language can play this role very effectively. For example, nowadays there's plenty of online radio, television stations, and most of them you can find the language which is used for broadcast is our is our African languages. So it's a good opportunity for us in terms of broadcasting to use our languages for that purpose. For my case, in my country, the main language is Swahili, and it used to be that for a long time, only Swahili, even if we have our other local languages. But we have now at least 2 or 3 these online TVs and radio for some areas whose people, they cannot speak Swahili, like in Maasai area. So they have these community radios which are online. But I know for other countries, there are plenty of them. So this is very important role that can be played by our African languages. And another area is in education, in teaching. We can start language programs, having online classes to cater for different customers, to sell our languages, to use our languages to create opportunities for learners and tutors. This is a very good opportunity, actually. And it's very well done, especially at this time of very advancement in terms of technology. In the publishing sectors as well, our languages are doing also a very wonderful job, especially when I talk about literature. Nowadays, there are several online programs where someone can use them to create a creative, a literature that can be novels or poetry. So that's a very good thing. And actually, many youth or writers, they are doing that, and it's very good for them because after writing those work online, and then later on they can print them in hard copy and they can sell them. And this, by doing that, by publishing online, especially for literary works, it's a good avenue for these authors to reach their audience, to reach the wider audience for their work. They can share their creativity, they can get feedback right away, and it's a good area to expose themselves and also for recognition. And regarding oral literature as well, our languages also play a very significant role in that area. In various genres of oral literature, there is a lot of compositions and performance of various genres like music, songs, movies, stories, proverbs, riddles. They are available in various languages, and most of them are posted on the digital platform like Netflix, YouTube, and many more. The third opportunity or role is promoting arts and culture. As I said, we have more than 2,000 languages, and also we have more than 3,000 ethnic groups in Africa. So today, arts and culture of various ethnic groups using their African languages in various activities, and these languages and these works actually can be performed and then shared online, and they can be viewed by a big number of audience. Some of these cultural activities, JamaFest, this is the East Africa Arts and Culture Festival that aims to promote our regional integration through arts and culture. As we are aware, every year more movies are made in different parts of Africa, like Nollywood, like Bongowood. In Africa, we call what? Nigeria, Nollywood, Tanzania, Bongowood, or Bongo moves in South Africa. So, yeah, we use both Swahili wood, Bongo. Bongo is another name for Tanzania. Yeah, or is a slang. So when I say I'm going to Bongo, it means I'm going to Tanzania. And the Bongo also means Dar es Salaam. So with this wood. So these moves have been created in different languages, including our African languages, and these movies are being shared online. So our African languages actually are playing a very significant role. So they promote arts and culture, and also people are making business. The third role or development using our African languages together with digital technology is creating new understanding of African literature. So digital platform provide a small space for publishing, performing oral tradition, and the dissemination of information. So by doing this performance using our African languages online, so we get something new that we didn't know before. There's something that is happening to our literature. As I said, there is a big tendency for Swahili writers to write their work online, and they get comment from their readers. You know, they publish there using various digital platforms. So nowadays, when you read some works of some authors, they say that there are 3 branches of literature. It's not like as we used to say there are 2 branches, oral and written. Now there's another branch of literature that is an online one. So you see, now we keep on understanding our literature. This is the new thing, actually. It happens even to Western languages, but it's a thing that is happening, and we get something that was not there before the emergence of these technologies. So by publishing our literary works online, this enables the author to get instant feedback from the readers. So remember, in the past, when we are writing our written literature using hard copies, and then people, they can buy it and read it, and if they have some comments, you have to wait for some times, and then you get feedback, and then after some years, you produce the second edition. So it took time. But nowadays, as people publish online, you get instant feedback from your readers. So this challenges the existing view regarding written literature. That is not like in the past. Now, even in written literature that is available online, an author can get a feedback right away from the work he is or she's writing. So these are some, as I said, new understanding about our literature, what is happening today. Another area of importance that I need to talk about, that also there's some development which are going on, is proverbs. As we know, proverbs are words of wisdom of our elders and all that. But these views nowadays have been challenged. Not only elders can compose these proverbs. There is an emergence of this post-proverb or anti-proverbs. These are alternate creations derived from and against traditional proverbs. So we have traditional proverbs and we create the new one. And this creation is very active in the media platforms. So our traditional proverbs are a twist in some way from the original wordings and the structures in form and the content, and they come with the new things, actually. There's these two websites in Swahili. There was a title, say, now let's create new proverbs. So they were creating proverbs. So everyone who wants to create proverbs, let's do that. And that exercise took almost 6 months or something. So if you can create a proverb, you just jump in, make your proverb, it's like that. Yeah. So there are plenty of them. Here I have some examples that show that our proverbs now are becoming a different thing. The one traditional, TP is traditional proverb and MP is modern proverb. So the one I will read in English, intelligence is like hair. Every person has his or her own. We have that proverb in Swahili. And the modern proverb says, if intelligence is like hair, then brain is like an eyebrow. So they've twisted that. They've added something. And there's this traditional proverb, one who wants all loses all. The modern proverbs say, one who wants all will get at least one. And the traditional one says, a matter that you are ignorant about is like a dark night. And the new proverb says, a matter of which you are ignorant about, search it on Google. Okay, we have this one. The cow of a poor person does not give birth. The new proverbs say, the cow of a poor person does not give birth. If it gives birth, that child is a male, and that male turns out to be a gay. So you see how they are coining their proverbs. So this youth actually is very busy in coining these proverbs, and they try to address various contemporary, things that are taking place today. So these are some of the examples. I think if we do studies in various languages, we can come up with the data, more data regarding these new proverbs. Maybe we can have a book about new proverbs in Africa. So we take different studies in different parts of Africa and then come with a book on anti-proverbs in Africa. We can do that and see so that we can make theories. As I said, it's a good time for now for we Africans to come with our new understanding, new theories. We have been using maybe some theories from the Western side. Now, if we do more research, we can come up with something new, using our languages in this digital era. So there was, after this coining of this proverb, and then there was conversation between participants. One saying, okay, let me move to the English one. Brigitte is one of the participants. You are the ancestors of the future. Keep it up. Your great-grandchildren will be using these proverbs. They will be saying, ancestors said, if a fish gets rotten, throw it away, without knowing that those ancestors are Liz and her friends. So you see how these youth, they want the ancestors of the future. So ones who are creating this proverb, they are not ancestors, as we used to believe. They are elders who are creating them, but the youth now are in action, in doing those proverbs. And the other one say, Lizzie, a good thing is that we present ancestors take into consideration the reality. Great-grandchildren will definitely accept our proverbs. And some of these proverbs, we can just use them slow, but later on, they will be in use, So you see how this our language is, in this digital era, enabled to understand the new thing that is coming up. The fourth role is promoting unity and collaboration. Our African languages play that role very, they are playing that role for different people. One of them are artists, like musicians, move actors in various parts of Africa. And a good example is from Ja Praiser. Yeah, I knew you would love it, because yesterday, I say, let me play a music. And the one thing that my professor, who was reading my bio, that the thing that she didn't know is that my PhD was on hip-hop music. I didn't want to reveal that in my bio, but it's like that. So when you talk about hip-hop music in Tanzania, people will take you to Shani Omari. Yes, know that. And I have many songs that you didn't know, and I'm doing a lot of performance on hip-hop and all that. But, Okay, so you see that song, Watora Mari, is sung in Shona, Swahili, and a little English. So you can see how our African languages can be used to unite the people in the continent. Yeah. So these songs really use African languages from various countries. They help the languages spread and inspire the respective musician or their fans to learn the languages. And this collaboration actually, among artists, they publicize them and they make them feel more integrated, which is a good thing for African unity. Okay, so having seen these roles and some developments, now let me move to the recommendation, which is the last part of my presentation. So the first recommendation is about, let's strongly value our African languages. We need to value them. Charity begins at home. We need to value our languages. And but the bad thing is that nowadays many young generation cannot speak their ethnic languages due to various reasons, discouragement from their parents, lack of opportunities. Some of them are living abroad. They cannot speak these languages, and negative perception toward these languages, But we need to value them. The government should not put too much emphasis and value on international languages in education. And for example, in some school back home, when I was a student, even now, I think in some schools, when you speak Swahili or any other languages, you get discouragement, you know. So you are supposed to speak English. Why you speak Swahili in school? Just imagine in primary school, the medium of instruction was Kiswahili. Now you move to the secondary education, you start being taught in English. So actually you struggle to speak English. But when you speak Swahili or other language, you get punished for speaking your own languages. And there is a piece of paper that is written and hung around your neck that Shani cannot speak English. You see? And if you have someone speak that Swahili and then you take that note, you put it to another one. So it's like that. Or there is a bell that is hanging around your neck to show that you cannot speak English. I know that it might happen in some of our African countries, have the same experience. So this is not a good thing. We have to value our African languages. So let's learn, speak, teach our African language and value them to promote their development. So African language should not be completely excluded from education system in favor of foreign languages. Some should be given status to serve as a medium of instruction or to be taught as a subject. Another recommendation is to improve web content in African languages and about African languages. There is a significant number of sites that treat African languages, but as I said earlier, the data in those websites is still minimal. So we need to work more on that. I visited one website that was written, africanlanguages.com. I expected that to meet almost all African languages there, but the data is very small. I think the website is still under construction, but we need to work hard to make sure that the data is available. And this data actually, if available, will be used by artificial intelligence and many more applications, which is very useful. And there are some languages, about 25 or so languages, whose data is kind of big compared to the other languages. Just imagine, out of 2,000 languages, but the number of languages whose data are available online is very small. If Africa is going to wants to join the global knowledge pool, its language must be represented well on the various digital platforms. And this can be in form of audio, image, and text. And material also have to be published, have to be available, including dictionary, books, and have to be available online. And this data will help in research, machine translation, teaching and learning, and artificial intelligence purposes. Another recommendation is about publishing and translation. There is a need to publish more books or papers. Yesterday, I was so much excited when I saw that awards to people who have published in indigenous languages. That is a very important thing. We need to have more of such awards in other African associations. It's very motivating, actually. So there's a need also to translate notable works from African languages to Western to African languages so that we increase data online. And this actually promotes our African languages. And the website of African languages organization, agents, institutions have to be translated as well. I was reading the message in ALASA, some of the people who have given message, they say, we have translated our website. This is very good. And I've been fighting for this. Even my university back home, our website is not in Swahili. You can imagine. It's a Swahili country, but websites, most of them are not in Swahili. So we are not serious, actually. we need to work on that. Yeah. And training also is very important for different people to have these digital skills so that we can be more independent, we can be empowered in using these digital technologies. And the collaboration also is very important to increase collaboration among different peoples like linguists, literary scholars, educators, language professionals, IC experts in doing project research, teaching online, publishing, and many more activities regarding languages and literature. And collaboration in organizing events, events about arts, music, conference, like this one. I was thinking maybe one day ALASA in collaboration with another language organization, maybe in West Africa, in East Africa, can organize that. That would be very important, actually. Collaboration among artists is also very important. We need to emphasize that. And the regional, continental, and the global language institutions, commissions, councils, organizations, and agencies like ACALAN, East Africa Kiswahili Commission, ALASA, and many more have to work together to make sure that they keep on promoting African languages. Individuals as well have to do the same thing, have to collaborate. Here, I hope after I leave here, I say, Shani, can we write something comparative about Swahili? For example, Swahili proverbs and isiZulu or whatever. We can do something. So let's collaborate in this data available online. Yeah, our languages will grow much faster. So to conclude, I can say that African languages have a lot to offer to its speakers and beyond in this digital age. Despite the challenges, more development will be manifested regarding these languages. Asante sana.
Another big round of applause, please, ladies and gentlemen. I must say that I know that we're not supposed to say anything, but yesterday she wasn't dancing at all. I saw the dance moves here. So next time when we invite her, we make sure that she's at the gala dinner, right? But thank you so much. Asante sana, Prof. And then this is the token of expression from UKZN, ALASA, to say that. And the book, I saw that it is here. You will then enjoy the book. And definitely we will collaborate. And maybe, but from my side, because I like dancing, we should collaborate on dancing.
Umhlobo mdala sajwayele mouse uma ngingacontrol ngemouse akuhambi kahle. Colleagues, good morning again. Those I did not greet this morning. Prof. Mutiane, my recollection of ALASA when you were talking was that I joined ALASA in 1987. I was the youngest in that group of very old professors, very old indeed. I remember Professor Hwadi, Professor Swanepoel, Professor Roo, Professor Finlayson, Professor Sirudu, and Professor Duplessis, amongst others. It pleases me to see the delegation that is here. You are quite young, and that pleases me that we have a future to take ALASA to greater heights. Yes. Perhaps I and Prof. Mutinyane are the last I like the way dinosaurs, yes. And I disagree with Prof. Loli Makuo Batnost about shoes, and agree with you, Prof. Mutinyane. You can see also my shoes. I'm in your category now. I can't wear shoes the whole day. It feels like something is not normal. Prof. Kong, why are you laughing? I'm serious. I mean, it feels like something is not normal. The effect of the gala dinner is always felt a day after, but I'm happy now. I can see the attendance has improved. I'm not sure, I'm just thinking aloud that maybe in future, the gala dinner should be the last part of the day. When we say this is the end, we are leaving, then we have our gala dinner. Maybe that could help, because I could feel the effect of the gala dinner. I mean, at about 2:30 in the morning, people are still experiencing the effect of the gala dinner. Right, Prof. Shani, thank you for your talk. Thank you very much. I enjoyed it. I had been in Tanzania at the university in Dar es Salaam. We were invited by Prof. Mutembei. I was supervising a student then for Dr. Alasaris, who was, I think, Chipila. They may still be there. I liked the place, but I struggled a lot with Swahili. People don't speak English there. If you want to speak English, about 5 or so people won't understand you. So you'll go to this one, they don't understand you. You go to that one, they don't understand English. And I said, here is a country in South Africa that is proud of speaking an African language. Thank you very much for that. Thank you for coming again in such great numbers. I was a bit nervous. Now I am happy you are almost all here. So let us go back to our places in floor. What floor is this? This is number 2. Okay, so let's go back to our areas of presentation. Thank you very much, colleagues.